China's shocking decision: no more electronics investments in India. China has made a big decision. It will no longer invest in India's electronics sector. This is a major development in the world of business and politics. It could change how these two countries interact. This ban is making headlines around the world. People are wondering what it means for the future. Will other countries follow China's lead? What will happen to India's tech industry? This decision has taken many by surprise. It shows the growing tension between China and India. It also highlights India's desire to be more self-reliant. In this essay, we'll dive deep into this situation. We'll explore the reasons behind China's move and the potential consequences. A look back: China and India's trade story. China and India have a long history of trade. For years, China has been a major investor in India's economy. This is especially true in the electronics sector. Chinese companies have poured money into Indian factories and startups. They saw a huge market in India's growing population. Chinese products, from smartphones to laptops, became very popular in India. This relationship seemed beneficial for both countries. China found new markets for its goods. India benefited from the investment and job creation. However, things have started to change in recent years. The relationship has become more complex. There's growing competition between the two countries. Political tensions have also been on the rise. This has created an environment of mistrust and uncertainty. Growing tensions in India's push for independence. So why did China decide to ban electronics investments in India? There are several factors at play. First, geopolitical tensions between the two countries have been escalating. Border disputes and disagreements over regional influence have strained their relationship. Second, India has been actively pushing for self-reliance in critical sectors, including electronics. The government has launched initiatives like Make in India to boost domestic manufacturing. Third, India recently imposed sanctions on some Chinese companies. These sanctions were related to security concerns and data privacy. This move likely angered China and contributed to its decision. China's ban is a way of showing its displeasure with India's actions. It's also a way for China to protect its own interests in the region. The immediate fallout: trouble for India's electronics industry. China's decision has sent shockwaves through India's electronics industry. The immediate repercussions are likely to be significant. First, there could be a slowdown in manufacturing and research and development. Many Indian electronics companies rely heavily on Chinese investments in technology. Second, India is still heavily dependent on China for components. This ban could disrupt supply chains and lead to shortages of essential parts. Third, startups and smaller businesses in the electronics sector might struggle to survive. They often rely on Chinese funding to get off the ground. Fourth, there are concerns about job losses. If factories slow down or shut down, it could lead to unemployment in the sector. The Indian government is now faced with a major challenge. It needs to find ways to support its electronics industry and reduce its dependence on China. Section 5: Global shockwaves, supply chains, companies, and new opportunities. China's ban on electronics investments in India has global implications. It's not just a regional issue. First, it could disrupt global supply chains. India is a major player in the electronics manufacturing world. Disruptions in India could affect the availability of products worldwide. Second, multinational corporations with operations in both China and India will be affected. They will need to adjust their strategies and supply chains to adapt to the new reality. Third, this situation presents opportunities for other countries. They may see this as a chance to increase their investments in India's electronics sector. The world is watching closely to see how this situation unfolds. It could have a lasting impact on global trade patterns and alliances. Section 6: India fights back, boosting local production and finding new partners. India is not taking China's decision lying down. The government is exploring various options to mitigate the impact and chart a new course. First, India is likely to accelerate its efforts to boost domestic production of electronics. This includes providing incentives to local manufacturers and attracting foreign investment from other countries. Second, India may look to diversify its foreign investments. It could seek partnerships with countries like Japan, South Korea, or Taiwan, which have advanced electronics industries. Third, India might strengthen its diplomatic efforts. It could engage in talks with China to resolve the underlying tensions and explore the possibility of lifting the ban. Fourth, India is expected to provide more support to startups and domestic companies in the electronics sector. This could include financial assistance, tax breaks, and easier access to credit. India's response will be crucial in determining the long-term impact of China's decision. The country has a chance to emerge stronger and more self-reliant. Section 7. The price China might pay: lost markets, broken ties, and strategic risks. China's decision to ban electronics investments in India is not without risks. It could have negative consequences for China as well. First, China risks losing access to a massive and growing market. India has a population of over 1.4 billion people, many of whom are eager consumers of electronics. Second, the ban could damage business relationships that have taken years to build. Chinese companies have established deep connections in India, and those ties could be strained. Third, China's move could be seen as a sign of aggression or untrustworthiness by other countries. This could damage China's reputation and make it harder to attract foreign investment in the future. Fourth, from a strategic perspective, pushing India away could backfire. It could push India closer to other countries that are wary of China's growing influence. While China may see this ban as a way to exert pressure on India, it's a risky move with potentially significant downsides. Section 8. What's next? A future of uncertainty, diplomacy, and shifting alliances. The situation between China and India is fluid and uncertain. It's difficult to predict exactly how things will play out in the long term. One possibility is that the trade restrictions remain in place for an extended period. This would force both countries to adapt and find new partners. Another possibility is that diplomatic efforts prove successful. China and India could find a way to resolve their differences and normalize trade relations. This situation could also lead to a broader realignment of global trade alliances. Countries may need to choose sides or find ways to navigate the increasingly complex geopolitical landscape. The coming months and years will be critical. The decisions made by China, India, and other global players will shape the future of the global economy. Section 9. A final word: navigating the uncertain future. China's ban on electronics investments in India is a major development with far-reaching consequences. It reflects the growing tensions and competition between these two Asian giants. The immediate impact on India's electronics industry is likely to be significant. However, this situation also presents India with an opportunity to become more self-reliant and diversify its partnerships. The global implications are substantial. Supply chains, multinational corporations, and other countries are all watching closely to see how this situation unfolds. The future remains uncertain. It's possible that trade restrictions could persist, leading to a decoupling of the Chinese and Indian economies. Alternatively, diplomacy could prevail, leading to a normalization of relations. One thing is clear: the world is changing. The old rules of globalization are being rewritten. Countries like China and India are becoming more assertive in pursuing their interests. The coming years will be a time of great change and uncertainty as the global order reshapes itself.